And hello, everybody. My name is Christian. I'm the host of the Disruptive Chef Entrepreneur Show. And I know I say this at every episode, but you guys gonna love today's guest because we all need somebody like him. And you guys gonna find out in a little bit why. Hello again. My name is Christian. I'm the host of the Disruptive Chef Entrepreneur Show, and I'm really excited for today's guest because we all need somebody who looks out for us from a financial perspective. Today's guest is the co-founder of a business strategy called Winspire Accounting, and also today he works with restaurants scale their business through accurate for financial information. We all need a little bit more of that. And with that, I want to introduce you guys to Nihil coming in from us from India. Nihil, thanks for being on the Disruptive Chef Entrepreneur Show.
Thank you, Christian. That means a lot to me, and thanks for the opportunity for this.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So we've been following you a little bit for the last few months, and it's amazing what you do. I love that you specialize in finance. And for me, what is really, really important around that is there's so many great chefs that do an amazing job making amazing food. They do an amazing job in providing some great service to the clients. And what they sometimes are not good at is where you are an expert at, and that's with financial forecasting. So talk to us a little bit. How did you get into that? How did you get started? And why focusing on restaurants?
Yeah. So I have started my journey back in the 2014 with the job. Like I did the job in a restaurant accounting company. So I have spent 10 years into that, and I have started like my journey from the basic data entry, and then moved to the analysis, and then the finalization of the accounts. So from 5 years I have learned so many things into the financial data, and after 5 years I have been moved to the uh, technical team to
Hmm.
making the processes to automation of the different process like AR, AP, invoicing, and financial statement, how we can make better to the restaurant owners, right? So after 5 years, like then point where it comes like I do not find myself a right person. Like I strike like, okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm just
Yeah.
doing what everybody else, right? And it strikes me a lot. And then I have realized that okay, restaurant owners are not very serious about the numbers. They are just doing for the sake of it, for the compliance purposes, and they do not take into the numbers, their data very well. Then we
Hmm.
have started with my three of my friends, like in a room. Like decided, okay, let's get started. We can do this. And just 10 minutes, we got the name and just started. And we have lucky been, all four of us, like we have different scales of it. One have
Yep.
a good accounting operation skill. He has a 9 years of experience. The second has a good technology experience, like he's been in the technology for 7 to 8 years. And one is a CPA, right? So
Hmm.
he's good with the compliances, taxes, and all of these things. And I have a sales skill. So the four two together, we didn't know that okay, we have that skills. Okay,
Yep.
and gradually we know that we can do some great for, and we can contribute to this industry very well. So that's where we started back in 2021. So the journey begins, and our first client was like you know they just reached out to us for the recipe costing, which we didn't know at all. We didn't know that okay, how to do it, but we take on and just finding out okay, how recipe costing works. So we did some good research on 3 days, and finding out, okay, like this way we can move ahead. And after consulting for the costing, we get the opportunity after a month, and the client said that, okay, we have bookkeeping as well, so can you
Oh, that's
help us?
awesome.
And we do our best, and luckily we have found the leakage of $75,000
Wow.
in the,
Wow. So
in
how
that POS.
how did you specialize in restaurants? Where did the whole restaurant thing come in?
Yeah. So restaurant specialization means, they were like they are spending a lot of money into the POS.
Yep.
And the thing is, the POS company was charging them cumulatively. They are paying the payments monthly, but they are not showing on the statements,
Yep.
and they are debiting every month cumulatively. So that's cumulative amount brings the $75,000. And we just mentioned that, okay, you are paid 75,000 more to the company, and we brought the money back. And that was the first case. And then after, the mouth of words,
Hmm.
you know they refer us the big chain of 25 locations,
Yeah.
then move on to 3 location, 4 locations. So that mouth of words, and our value service is like that is, we are updating every day to help the restaurant owners.
That is awesome. So working with as many restaurants as you have, what do you think is the number one problem the restaurateur is not aware of around financing?
Yeah, I would like to add, first thing the restaurant owners must do, on my point of view, is do the budgeting.
Yep.
Budgeting is the most underrated financial statements. When you open up the restaurants, you just have to do the simple pen and paper and make the budget. Like, what would be the sales, and what would be the cost, what would the
Yep.
labor cost, and do the detailing, like how we can control the cost, engineering, and all of these things. The first step is to budgeting. Then after, you can go ahead with your operation, so you can bring more values to your business. So on my perspective, the budgeting is the crucial one.
Hmm. And so if you talk about what is it around budgeting, why people not doing it, and can you talk to our listeners a little bit? What is the benefit of doing the right budgeting?
Yeah. So budgeting is a benchmarking. I would say
I love
we
that.
can know the most accurate benchmarking, that, okay, this is my budget, and do the some detailed budget and go for the professional one. Like, if you go to the professional, and they can show you the right budgeting scale. How can you budget your costs, your labor,
Hmm.
your administrative cost, uh, your electricity, water, what would be that cost? And after
Yep.
that, you can go with the draft financial statement, like profit and loss,
Hmm.
right? So that can give you a more clear picture, and from 1 or 2 months, like, you can put some controls over there and analysis better.
I love that. So talk to us a little bit. How do you currently work with clients? I know you are an expert in cloud-based accounting softwares. You know a lot about Restaurant 365, QB, Xero, and Sage, and all the other ones that are out there. How do you currently interact, and how do you work with clients? And can you talk to our audience a little bit, if they will become a client of yours, how you would work with them?
Okay, so basically, we we do the first instance of call, and first of all, we do the some sales pitch, and then we starting from the diagnostic review is the first thing we do. We we ask for the view only access for
Hmm.
their books of accounts, and do some diagnostic review for 3 days.
Yep.
3 days we will do all the diagnostic review, like proper PNL, their POS, their balance sheet, all of the things, and providing them the where are the things can slip out, where are you are good at,
Mm-hmm.
and what we can do to help you on that. That diagnostic review is done, then we ask for the set of expectation. So first thing is to ask the set of expectation, because what restaurant owners need is the first thing we have to do that. Okay, what are your pain points? If someone has accounts payable pain points, they are not reconciled or anything, somehow someone has a AR is the problem. So we do some 3 4 meetings in a 1 month to get the best out of it.
Yep.
And from second month, like, we are providing the weekly reporting. So every week we are providing the weekly PNL, the data analysis from the POS and invoice processing system. So every week we discuss the numbers with the restaurant owners, like, okay, these are the things where you can control the cost. These are the things you can, improve your numbers well. So every week we push them to, show up, right? So so it can help them to, plan for the
Mm-hmm.
plan for the next week period. So that's how we work.
That's awesome. So, um, you support you guys cloud based. So, if you come into a facility, what will the process be? So, you said you have the interviews, you kind of talk to them, and you figure it out. So, when you go into the operation, talk to us a little bit. What can our clients or a new client expect? And maybe can you share with us a little bit of a success story with somebody you worked with?
Yeah. So one as a success story, I have one thing. Like recently, 4 5 months back, I one of the biggest chain right now, and I reached out to them on the Instagram, like, okay, hey, hi, I can help you on the
Yeah.
accounting side of it. Just give me your 5 minutes. So after two or three tried, he just convinced me to, okay, let's have a call.
Mm-hmm.
And I pitched him the whole bunch of such services, and I know that. And when he said that we are doing with the CPA, so we know that this is the thing, like, you need the expert restaurant accounting professional, right? CPA are really good, they are good, but they are doing for the compliance purposes more, right?
Yep.
So we know that, okay, these are the things they are having into the problem. So we first hit that they are following the cash basis accounting. And for restaurant businesses, I would really prefer to go with the accrual basis, so they can know the uh, actual accurate picture of their financial statements.
Yep.
So we reached out to them, and to have some conversion of the books into the accrual basis of that, and that brings in the uh, great value by end of the last month. Like, it takes 4 months to get the better benefits from us, because of the more than 25 locations. And after that, the thing is, they saved more than hundred thousands of
Wow.
dollars.
Wow.
Because one thing we have found, that one of the manager is punching the cash sales and removing that sales from the POS
Mm-hmm.
afterwards. And we have best practices we do each day, every day, to the import from the POS and making into the accounting software. So that's where the thing is got. So
So,
that was a very great success for
yeah,
us.
I love that. And 100 grand is a lot of money. I don't care how you
Yeah,
look at it. That's a huge
yeah.
saving. So, working with as many restaurants as you have, where do you see restaurants fall short? I know you talk about the importance of budgeting. What is one or two I don't want to call it easy tricks because there's no easy trick, but what is a tip you have for our listeners for them to get much more efficient around their finances?
Yeah. So I'm just finding out like 80 to 90% of the restaurant owners are, you know, just we are pushing every week, but they are just getting the financial statement at the month end, and they just do the okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the thing is to uh, connect with the restaurant accounting professor every week, every month. Just spend half an hour in a week,
Yeah, I love
30
that.
minutes a week. Just like 30 minutes, your time can save you a lot. I would just prefer. And
Hmm.
at the month end, you have to sit with your accounting team to see that okay, and asking the right question. What went wrong,
Hmm.
right? And how we can improve it and what you can do for us. So instead of what we are doing it right now, we are asking the question then, okay, what happened? How it is done? Okay, now
Hmm.
how we can do it with the solutions. Okay, so basically, always go for the value proposition, you know so how you can contribute to the industry more and more. And for the restaurant owners, I believe that spending 2 hours a month is not a must thing to do with that. Just
Yep.
1 or 2 hours in a month, it will save you a lot of time, lot of money for sure. So spending time is crucial because I always following up with the owners, and they are not showing. Okay, then something comes up more than okay, I need your help. So
Yeah, yeah.
that
I,
that is
I love
always the
that.
thing.
You make it sound so simple, because for me the three takeaways on this conversation so far is, people need to be consistent. You need to meet with somebody monthly, do your daily thing. I also love what you talked about budgeting. It's so really really important to do the better budgeting. And then for me overall it's just consistency. I mean, you talk a lot about that. So talk to us a little bit about, if somebody wants to do what you do, what recommendation would you have for them?
Okay, somebody is willing to do that. So I would prefer to like to engage with us is the best way
Mhm.
to have some be open, right? Because most of the restaurants thinking when we ask for the access, like
Yeah.
we do not want the full access or anything. We ask for only the view only access, or and they are saying that okay, our CPA is doing it right now. We can't go to the full access. So I would like to say be open. You have to tell the actual picture what you are doing right now
Hmm.
in your operation. Just tell us, okay, these are the problems we are facing right now.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
when we do the diagnostic, okay, when we do the diagnosis and then we found it, okay, these are the things you are lacking, and that needs your attention, we must. So you have to be very minded with us to conversion, like have a good conversation with us.
I love that. So, from your perspective, where do you think the future in financing is gonna go, and what is the trend you will see or you feel will come in the financing around the hospitality industry in general?
Yeah. So, like I what I've seen is the restaurant industry is evolving so much in the
Yeah.
in, in AI automation
Hmm.
transformation. So, from that perspective, I do believe in two things. First is invest in tech.
Yep.
So we have to very accurate, and I would love to focusing more on the financial innovation, like to use the proper tools. There are so
Hmm.
many tools out there to have the great financial insight, to do
Hmm.
the forecasting as well, to have the great financial tools. Second is to focus on data driven, right?
Yep.
So you have to be more careful, and I have some expertise on the data analysis. So from that I can do some financial metric, operation metric, like customer trends, and I can help businesses more to get the efficiency as well. And the second one is to invest in people.
Hmm.
So I would love to focusing more on the next generation. Like if someone is new in my company, like the person is doing the job, so we have a training program as well for a 2 months of the training program. And what we teach them, we do not teach them the accounting because they very well known about this.
Yeah.
We teach them the hospitality industry,
Mhm.
how each and every piece of things are working right now.
Yeah.
So I would love to invest in people all the way, because while I'm doing the invest in people, they can bring more and more values to the next period of time. So
I love that.
yeah.
That I love that. That's some really good advice, and that goes cross industry. The few things you told us today. Make sure you budget. You sure you be consistent. Make sure you invest into the right tech and invest in your people. That's really goes in all industries. It's not just food service. So with
Yeah,
that, I really appreciate this conversation. So can you tell our audience a little bit if they want to know about more about you and Winspire Accounting? How can they find out more about you?
so you can find me on the www.inspireacc.com,
Hmm.
and my LinkedIn handle is Nihil Mevada, NIHIL MEVADA, and my Instagram is the same. So you can find me on the Instagram as well.
Awesome.
So
I really appreciate. First off, thanks a lot for doing this. I know it's really late for you in India, so I appreciate you
oh,
doing this for us at night.
I'm used to do it from years. Right.
It's awesome. I love what you do. I love the information you have on the marketplace. I love how you support the restaurant industry because they really need it. And you heard it said that 90% of the restaurants fail is not because they don't have good food, because they don't partner with people like you. So I really appreciate it. So any last words of wisdom for our listeners today?
Yeah. So I would say prepare for yourself. Like
Hmm.
when you have nothing, just practice. You know, because we had a time 3 4 months we had nothing into the pipeline, no any potential clients. So what we did is to prepare ourselves in the operation of accounting operations, and finding out what more values we can provide to the
Hmm.
restaurant owners. And wherever the opportunity comes, you were well prepared for that. So I would say that very well prepared for yourself, make yourself well prepared. And I would like to thanks to my like Sean Walsef, the digital hospitality community. These people are really helped me a lot. Like
Yeah.
2 years ago I joined the community on the clubhouse, and they are teaching like every day we know the trends, we know the
Yeah.
how we can expose ourselves. So these people are really great, and I learn from each and every day from them. So
That is
they are
awesome.
the great, they are the great.
I appreciate you giving them a shout out because it's amazing what that community does, especially what Sean does for the industry. And so I really appreciate you being here with us today. Thanks for giving so generously of your time, and thanks for being here. It's really late for you, so I really appreciate you being here today. And to our listeners, if you haven't done so, make sure you go to the Disruptive Chef Club, which is our private community. You want to get a front row seat and see all the new things we do and get a little bit of a look behind the scenes on some of the new things we're doing. Also, if you haven't done so, make sure you check out Nihil and what his company does. It's amazing. It's the best thing you will invest in yourself. So with that, Nihil, thanks again for being here today. And So to our listeners, just remember to disrupt your kitchen, fire up your career, stay hungry for change. I'm Christian. I'm here with Nihil, and we are out of here. So make sure you go out there, change the world, change what you do, be the change, be the, and set the challenge out there for you to set the world on fire. With that, go out there and stay disruptive, everybody. Nihil, thanks for being here today. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thanks for your time.